Hi, I'm Wes Bishop from Northwest Physiotherapy Group. Now, following on from our initial video where we spoke about the strong relationship between glute dysfunction and low back pain, we wanted to go through some ways that you're able to test how well your glutes are functioning today. Now, we're going to go through some simple tests that you can easily do at home yourself to see how well your glutes are firing, see how well they're activating. Now, there's a range of other tests that can be done, but these are more therapist specific. So we're going to stick to the general ones that you can easily do at home yourself. Okay, so the first test we're going to go through that you can easily do at home is what we call a static activation test in standing. So if I just show you side on here, now if we get our hands onto our glutes, onto our buttock muscles to start with so you can feel if they're activating. And all we're going to do is simply try and squeeze our buttock together. So try and activate those glutes, try and squeeze your buttocks together. Now if they're functioning well, you should feel a good amount of firmness, a good amount of tension coming on in those buttock muscles, okay? Now it might seem fairly obvious that that's going to be happening if you are squeezing your glutes together, but in a lot of people we see in the clinic, some people don't have any tension coming on when they try and squeeze their glutes. Some people there might be a bit of discrepancy from one side to the other. So one fires well, the other one doesn't fire. So see how well they're firing, see how they compare from one side to the other. Because if they're not, if you don't feel a good amount of tension coming on, if you feel that there's a bit of discrepancy one side to the other, then that's going to be an indicator that there is a dysfunction in your glutes. Okay, now our second test involves lying down either on the bed or down on the floor, just as we are here, to test our glute activation in this position. Now, it's important to do it in this position, even if you feel that there was good activation in that static test in standing, because this is going to challenge our glutes a little bit more, okay? So we start by the same way as we did in standing, by placing our hand on our glutes there just to feel for that activation. And what we want to do is, keeping our legs straight, we want to lift the whole leg up off the bed or off the floor if you're down on the floor. And the same thing as we were doing in standing, really feeling for how well those glutes are coming on, how much tension you can feel in those while we extend the leg off the bed or the floor, okay? And then we bring that back down. We also want to make sure that we're comparing from side to side. Sometimes there can be that discrepancy from one side to the other, so make sure we compare the left and right and feel for the difference in tension from side to side. The other thing that you want to do is make sure we're not getting any rotation or any excessive tilting or twisting through the spine as we lift the leg up. Okay. Alright, now that we've gone through the simple test that you can do to see how well your glutes are functioning, if you found that they're not functioning that well, we obviously want to try and correct that and get them working a bit better. So a simple thing to start with is actually going back to that initial test we did to see how well they are switching on and actually doing that as an exercise. So doing that standing glute squeeze, buttock squeeze, getting them to come on, getting them to fire, and doing some longer holds. So try and squeeze, hold for 5 seconds, doing sets of 10 of those, and you can even build on how long you hold for, and try and do that a few times a day. That's going to be a good starting point to lead into some more advanced exercises, which we'll go through in our next video. If you've got any questions in the meantime, feel free to contact us at the clinic.